Dear visitor, welcome to the video introduction of Values project. In the next few minutes, the project coordinator will explain to you the motivation and the objectives of the project. Enjoy.
Nowadays, automation is heavily used in safety critical systems. These systems are the ones where failures in them could harm a human being and could damage the environment. Manufacturers of these systems have been allocating an enormous amount of time and effort in the past developing these systems and conducting research on these systems. The effort spent has resulted in availability of prototypes, demonstrating new capabilities, as well as the introduction of such systems in the market. Functionality has always been in the center of attention. This is especially due to the fact that we would want to get these systems into the market, or they would want to get these systems into the market as soon as possible. With rising complexity, unknown emerging properties of the systems may come to the surface, making it necessary to conduct thorough verification and validation of these systems. The verification and validation needs to take into account requirements such as safety, security, as I mentioned. Here, security deals with threats to the system or equipment from the outside world, causing failures through, for example, intended attacks. Functional safety is about protecting people, processes, and systems and environments from hazards. The high complexity of automated systems incurs also an overhead on the verification and validation of these systems with respect to safety and security. And it makes it very much time-consuming and costly, which is exactly where the values projects come to the picture. Here, I present you the high-level objective of the project, which is to design, implement, and evaluate state-of-the-art methods and tools that reduces the time and cost needed to verify and validate automated systems with respect to safety and security requirements. In the project, we plan to develop a multi-layered framework enabling more effective verification and validation. To do so, we create at least a 6-dimensional verification and validation framework that has multiple layers. Basically, these dimensions and layers are the components that we need to have in order to conduct the verification and validation process in order to obtain our goal for improving the time and cost. We also suggest and validate new as well as state-of-the-art evaluation scenarios for safety and security evaluation. This is through introduction of several test cases and scenarios that allows us to express a use case and focus on certain scenarios that we find important. We also plan to overcome the safety and security gaps and limitations of cyber-physical systems. This is done through improvements of at least 14 verification and validation methods, and presents a novel standard compliant verification and validation workflow that is generic to reference method for cyber-physical in cyber-physical domains. So here, the main focus is on getting the competences of the partners within the project who have competences on different verification and validation methods, and marry them in order to gain from the competences of partners within one domain to improve the verification and validation process. We do not stop here just by looking at the method. We also plan on developing and improving verification and validation tools that exist. The plan is to improve and develop at least 24 tools within the project that allows us to incorporate the implementation of the methods that we had conducted in the project. Now that we have methods and we have a framework and we have tools developed, we also plan on demonstrating, verifying, and validating the usefulness and wider acceptance of the proposed framework by realistic pilots. This is done through the evaluation of the framework, methods, and tools on the use cases of the project. We have 13 use cases in the project from 6 different domains of automotive, railway, aerospace, agriculture, health, and industrial robotics. That is going to allow us to evaluate these use cases within these domains, and also to learn from the lessons that we obtain and gain from each of these domains, to see if there are applications in the other domains that can learn from those lessons. In the project, we will also influence, and we have created a plan to influence the development of safety, security, and privacy standards through active participation in related standardization groups. Several of the partners within the project are involved in different initiatives and standardization groups. Values will provide guidelines to the testing community, including engineers and researchers, on how the verification and validation of automated systems could be improved, considering the cost and time and effort needed to conduct these kind of evaluations. There is a big focus in the project on dissemination and disseminating the project results, aiming to increase the awareness on the importance of conducting safety and security evaluation. This is done through publication of newsletters, scientific articles, open access conferences and journals, and by communicating through our platforms, websites, and social media, and as well as by focusing on addressing some of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have created a strong consortium consisting of 41 partners from 10 countries that brings their competences in the project and contribute to the different activities and goals that we have set in the project to reach. The consortium consists of 6 research institutes, 10 large-scale enterprises, 15 small and medium-sized enterprises, and 10 universities. The total Horizon 2020 project cost is more than 25 million euro, and the project has received funding, as I mentioned, by the Excel joint undertaking, received support from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Program, and in the case of Value, Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey.
Thanks for watching. Find more about the project in our website, or follow us in Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We hope you have enjoyed. Goodbye.